What's going on, y'all? What up? What up? What up? It's Monday. Monday morning. I just got back from the gym. Let me get my camera straight. Actually, just got back from the gym, so I got the arms out, rocking the Reebok. It is the Monday after. It is Overreaction Monday. Huh? My voice is gone. I went to the game. I got my tea. I'm trying to get my voice back. I wasn't feeling the best yesterday, so I wanted to calm down because I ain't gonna yell. I'm not gonna yell. I ain't got it in me. I left I left it all on the field yesterday. That's why my voice sounds like this. I left it all on the field. But what up, though? What's good, y'all? I left it. I left it all on the field, man. I left it all on the field. Now, anytime I go to a game, bro, like it's a guarantee I'm gonna lose my voice. It's a guarantee, and that's why I went ahead and got the lemon the lemon ginger this morning. So pardon me. Ooh, that's hot. You say your voice is gone, and you ran home. Man, I gave it all I had yesterday. The Falcons fans, they were funny, man. I actually had a good time with them. They not obnoxious. They be talking trash, and anytime something happened, they was giving it back to me. But I had everybody laughing because I was talking so much trash, and it's all fun of the game. That's the fun part for me. Trash talk is the most fun part of being an NFL fan. So whenever your team is up, no matter how things are going during the game flow, you gotta talk that trash when you get that opportunities. That's what I'm a big proponent of. But I appreciate you guys tuning in on this Monday morning. Something new I'm gonna try start doing. I am gonna go back to doing my post game live streams later on because I just went to the game yesterday. I didn't get home till like 7 just because of traffic. Traffic was so bad in Atlanta. I took the train and then I had to take the train. Uh, no, I took the train. Then my wife dropped me off at my car because I Ubered there. I tailgated. She didn't. So I didn't get home till late yesterday. But um, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a week one is in the books though. So let's go ahead and overreact. Let's go ahead and overreact because I done seen a lot of craziness. I've seen a lot of craziness on social media. And I ain't got too long, so I'm not gonna be before y'all long. So let's go ahead and get into it. I want to look at. I want to talk about just Brian Burns because I really haven't put anything on wax on the channel. Salute to Brian Burns for playing even without the contract. I don't know where things are. We don't have enough information from either party for me to be able to judge what's the holdup, what's going on, where are we at as a whole on that. So I'm a little unsure, but shout out to him, man. This dude played with his hair on fire. 1.5 sacks. Him and Derek Brown were very active, very very active. Shout out to them. Shout out to both of them dudes, man. They they play ball, dude, and I can't. Nobody plays harder than a guy that's motivated to get paid. Nobody plays harder. Salute to Brian Burns, man. He brought it. That front versus a solid Falcons O line. They made some plays. Now the running game, they gave up a lot of runs, but it's I'm a little bit more. I'm a lot more bullish on our defense than the offense. Now, I it's it's crazy because they being put in terrible positions. They really stood the task. I mean, the running game. Like I said, they gave up a lot of yards in the run game. I can't even lie there, but it's just a facet of what happens a um when you have a rookie quarterback. Some things happen, but they sudden change defense was okay. I mean, they gave up that touchdown early, um, but they did okay. They did okay. I mean, like I said, the running game is a little bit concerning, but um, Atlanta has a very potent attack, and they're going to be able to run the ball on a lot of teams in this league. They're going to be able to run the ball on a lot of teams in this league. So defensively, man, I feel okay. The day after, first time seeing this group, first time a lot of these guys played together, I feel okay. Now, of course, we have to talk about J.C. Horn being injured. Um, it just sucks, man. Like, I hate it for the dude. I love the guy. He's talented. He works hard. This is not something that this is something that's not his control. And so, like, I hate how some fans are just trying to beat him up. You don't think mentally, man, like he wants to be out there. You don't think mentally he's frustrated with himself that your body is failing you at such a young age. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't understand a lot of the anguish some fans have for J.C. Horn. I just don't understand. Like I said, the dude can play. He can play, and he doesn't want to be hurt. He doesn't want to be hurt. He wants to be out there with his brothers. He wants to be out there with his brothers, man. So we'll probably get a little bit better prognosis, maybe from Frank today, maybe Wednesday. But we'll see. But I hate it for JC, man. Hopefully that hamstring is okay. I'm gonna be listening to Frank's presser later, probably within the next hour or two. He'll probably go up, I'm sure. Maybe he'll go early. Who knows? Who knows? Um, but but yeah, I mean it's tough for him. So we'll see what the outlook is there. Troy Hill seemed to be playing solid when he got in there. C.J. Henderson, golly man, talk about frustrate. This dude just panics when the ball is in the air. He was in position on that big play that felt like a dagger to Pitts. It was double coverage. Terrible decision by the quarterback. Still threw it anyway. CJ was in position. Um, it just you got to make the play when the ball arrives, bro. You got to make the play when the ball arrives, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, because they really didn't try to throw the ball downfield at all. Like they did what they were supposed to do. They said, okay, you guys have a rookie quarterback on your side. They said you guys have a rookie quarterback. We're gonna sit back and not lose the game. We're not gonna play to win. We're gonna play to not lose. So here's Desmond Ritter's throwing chart that versus our defense. And as you can see, this is a guy in the second year. His fifth start, I think, to the Sunday was his fifth start. And look at that, one pass, pretty much only at two completions at 11 yards. This is crazy. All this is behind the line of scrimmage or at the line of scrimmage. He had 18 attempts, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Half of his attempts were behind the line of scrimmage. Half of his attempts were behind the line of scrimmage. This blue dot right here, that's yards at the catch from Bijan. That's yards at the catch from Bijan. So it's frustrating. It's frustrating for real because this was not like they played not to lose, and they just say, hey, Desmond, do not give the ball away. And we didn't get any turnovers. We almost had one. Had a forced fumble by Luvu on Bijan, but they recovered it. But they just played. They like I said, they just said we're just gonna not let our guy make the mistake. They didn't force him, and we'll see. They're gonna have to open up the playbook eventually. We just don't have the offense currently. We don't have the offense currently to put pressure on Ritter to force him to throw. But you guys make sure you give this video a thumbs up. We got a lot of people on here right now, 104. We get some thumbs up, please. Hit that like button. Like my boy Pat Coltrane says, those are free. Well, them is free. If you're just now joining, I lost my voice yesterday at the game, which is why I sound like this and why I'm drinking lemon ginger tea. So pardon my vocal cords. But yeah, I mean, the defense, man, they did okay. They did okay. I want to pull up the box score if I can and look at some of these numbers. All right, so here's the box score. Here's the box score. So here's the box score. Okay. Somebody said that the Panthers about to go live. Yeah. So Panthers, and if you look at these numbers, you can deduce certain things from the box score without seeing the game. So Panthers, let's not even look at the final score. We can take the final score out of it. We can take the final score out of it. So Panthers had more first downs. They were better on third down. Had more total plays. Had more yards. Almost the same amount of drives. Yards per play was fairly close. More passing yards. Less sacks. More rushing yards. The red zone, the penalties, and the turnovers is what tells the story. Because if you dominate the time of possession by 9 minutes, you win in yards, plays, rushing yards as well. You got more sacks. You know what I'm saying? The story of the game is going to be those turnovers. And that tells me your turn, especially with the yardage being that low, that tells me that the turnovers happen in your own territory. Because when they got the turnovers, they didn't have long fields. Otherwise, if they had long fields off of those turnovers, you would see more yards from them. But the fact that they beat us by 14 and had less yards tells you that either the defense scored, special teams might have scored, or something happened with a short field. That's just, you can make that deduction, like I said, just looking at the box score like we're doing now and not watching the game. And that's exactly what happened. It was the turnovers. Because even the thing is, Bryce Young threw 2 picks, and he's a rookie. You expect rookie-like things. And the defense, they did okay. I mean, it was still 10-10 after Bryce had 2 picks. The game was still in reach, in hand, whatever you want to say. It was not over with because of Bryce's picks at that point. Obviously, they played a factor because it gave them points. But that third one was the backbreaker. It's hard to overcome 3 turnovers, man. It's hard to overcome 3 turnovers. So that Miles fumble definitely hurt as well, because it felt like the offense was kind of moving the ball still. It wasn't pretty, but they were getting it done on the ground, passing when need to on short pass plays. It just didn't. The turnovers they're backbreakers. They're backbreakers, especially when your defense is playing, like I said, pretty solid. Pretty solid. But you see that 3 for 3 in the red zone. We're 1 for 2. That's also another thing. So let's pull up Bryce Young's passing chart. Let's pull up Bryce's passing chart, because I know y'all want to talk about Bryce, and you know we're gonna watch the tape. The tape got to get checked as well. I will be checking the tape. I will be checking the tape too. All right, so let's run it. What's good, y'all? In the comments, give the video a thumbs up, please. What's up, Chris 2030? What's good, brother? I'm recovering. Got my tea. So, Bryce Young, 20 of 38, 146, one touchdown, 2 picks. Okay, so if you didn't watch the game and you saw this, and you see those 2 picks in the same spot, you would think that they were scared to throw deep. They didn't even try to go deep. So it's like, okay, what happened? What happened? Because it just seemed like it was very conservative and with good thing. I mean, for good reason. For very good reason, because look, we had guys that were struggling to get open. We had guys that were struggling to get open for sure. And it's hard to it's hard to find guys when they're not, because you think, okay, hey, maybe the offensive line was just struggling, which is why they couldn't get anything downfield. But no, the offensive line actually did pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, I feel like the offensive line really stepped up. I feel like they really stepped up. Let's see if I can. And here's the receiving chart. So the league average right here on the left. The league average is 2.94 yards of separation. The league average is 2.94 yards of separation. The only guy that had above that was Laviska. And Laviska really didn't run too many routes. He lined up in the backfield at times. He had a couple decent plays when they gave him the ball. Like I said, the presser just started. Want to watch the presser? Yeah, I mean, the separation. The separation was lacking. The separation was lacking, and I want to show you one more thing, because I heard a lot of criticism for the O-line, but the O-line, they did okay. Look at it. Look at this graphic. Look at this graphic. For time to throw. Time to throw is the time from when the ball is snapped to when the ball is delivered. Bryce Young had the 4th highest time to throw. That means 1, he's holding the ball too long, or 2, he has time, and 3, people can't get open. It's one of the 2 things. So if you're telling me that guys aren't separating, because I just showed you everybody was below league average in separation, and then you got your quarterback holding on to the ball too long, that means that the pass pro is there. He has time. Dudes just can't get open. And this is me without even watching the tape. You can just do this. You could look at these numbers and do this without even watching the tape. 3.16 is the 4th highest. Notice somebody else at the top who has struggles with receivers getting open. Patrick Mahomes. Same thing there. And we watched that game and we saw that. But look at these other numbers. Look at these other numbers. Completed air yards was 2.6. Yikes. Intended air yards, 6.3. This is how many yards that he threw short of the sticks. Everybody else that had that time to throw, look, 3 yards short of your attempts were 3 yards short of the first down. So that means you got time to throw. People can't get open, and you're not stretching the defense. You're not stretching the defense. That's what happens. And so it's unfortunate, man, because there's a lot of things that I thought we could build on. And the bright side is the offensive line, the pass pro was solid. Running game was cranking, 150 yards rushing, 150 yards rushing. You know what I'm saying? So something to build on there. But you got to see things. You want to open things up, but if you ain't got the horses, it don't matter. Lunch break hot take. What's good, fellas? Like I said, it's unfortunate because the offensive line against real starters, this was very good pass pro in my opinion. Crap. Why my camera be tapping out? Very good pass pro in my opinion. Let's see if PFF posted grades yet. Guys can't get open, man. I think that's the biggest gripe. And I told you guys, I didn't think the Falcons would be able to do it. I didn't think the Falcons had the players to be able to challenge it. I thought the Saints would because they play man coverage, but I didn't think the Falcons were going to be able to play man across the board and slow us down. So I thought there was still going to be things to be able to happen. And things work. We did move the ball at times. We did move the ball at times. So I'm not panicking in terms of Bryce. Is the takeaway. And I told you guys in preseason that it's going to take some time for us to find an identity on what we can hang our hat on. We haven't found it yet, but it's going to take some time for us to find our identity. Now, what that is, it depends. Are we going to be a run team that sets off all play action? Maybe. We definitely ran a lot more formations than we showed in preseason. We ran pistol. We ran what they call it, the diamond. We used to call it the diamond in high school when you have split backs on each side and the back in the pistol. So it's and this is the biggest overreaction weekend overreaction day of the NFL season. It's a long way to go. Still got 16 more games. The Bengals look horrible yesterday. They're not. I guarantee you, they're still Super Bowl contenders. The book on your season is not written in week 1. Some of y'all got to come off that ledge, man. Y'all got to come off that ledge. I don't know. Some people wanted Bryce Young to be Patrick Mahomes in his first start. I don't know. I don't know. And I thought that the fan base that witnessed, because a lot of fans in our fan base didn't become fans until Cam, which is fine, because good players like that do that. But good Lord, you would have thought they didn't watch his rookie year, because Cam threw 17 picks his rookie year. You know what I'm saying? So the turnovers are gonna happen for rookies. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. I mean, if you thought he was gonna come out and be flawless off rip, Do you expect doctors to cure cancer on their first day on the job? Like, stuff takes time. Stuff takes time. But obviously, self-inflicted wounds costing the game is the oldest story in the NFL. Can't beat yourself. Period. And it was very uncharacteristic for Bryce Young to make the same mistake twice. But it didn't. I don't think it was the same mistake. He just the depth, misjudging the depth of the safety. And he'll learn because the safety, they were squatting on everything. We don't have the deep threats. We don't have the deep threats that's going to challenge a safety. Most safeties are going to sit on everything short. That's just the way it is. Until we have some speed that's going to threaten them, it's going to happen. And we don't right now. Now, what do they do to figure those things out? I don't know. They make a trade for a weapon? Do they feel like it's just growing pains and they're going to keep playing it out as it is? Because for us to be how we were up front, it's encouraging that the O-line plays so well, but being down and having to throw the ball 38 times is not going to be a great recipe, but it is what it is. There was no Panthers in the area. Yeah, it was. Let's see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. See if I can find it. I found a play. Somebody did the little dots. Here we go. Gosh. All right. So here's the play. This is the first one. I will be checking the tape, but this will have to do for now. So I see what Bryce was trying to do. And we don't know where his eyes were, but ideally, you would love him to be staring down Thielen right here on the left. You want him to be staring down Thielen to hold this safety. Because, look, the safety barely moved. But Bryce tried to fit it in this tight window. He was late. If you're going to do that, don't be late across the middle. Because this is like man coverage to me. Hard to tell, for sure. This looks like some kind of two-man. Because this guy's running with him. 55's running with the running back. Pass pro is decent. Look at the dot right here at the bottom. It was a 2nd and 16, so maybe it was a little too aggressive. Just got to learn. Don't be greedy. Here's the next one. So this time you got a single receiver. You got TMJ here at the bottom, and you got Bunch to the left. And so TMJ is going to run like a little dig route. Like looks like you got single high safety. So maybe he wanted to go one-on-one. And like you said, he misjudged the safety's depth. The safety never really got deep. The safety never really got deep. Because to me, look at that pocket. It's 3rd and 6. I understand. Look at this pocket. The pocket is cool, looking at the dots. Looks like man coverage again. We're going to keep getting man coverage. Mingo did win. Jonathan Mingo at 15, this dot right here, he won. But like I said, without seeing the tape, I had to see the tape to see where Bryce's eyes were. He threw that dig. He stepped in it. I guess the corner knew he had inside help, so that's why he was shading him. It's just coincidence that it happened on the same spot. So TMJ kind of had him on his hip. He was kind of winning. But it happens. It happens. So overall, man, I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping on Bryce. It's frustrating to lose, and I hate losing to these dudes too. 100%. I really do. I hate losing to these dudes. But a lot of things to build off of, man. O-line, solid. Running game, solid. Defense came out solid outside of the run game. We'll see what happens with lesser teams, but Falcons have one of the better run games in the league. I think some of these reactions are a little bit over the top, but it happens. I'm chilling today right now. We'll see how things roll out. A little disappointing loss, can't even lie. But if you're calling Bryce Young a bust, you were probably not high on him anyway. If you're questioning if we should have waited and drafted somebody coming out, you're probably not. You probably were never in on Bryce anyway. I mean, hindsight is 20/20 regardless, but like you just never know how the draft board lays out or how things go. I'm fine. He didn't look rattled. He didn't look rattled. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. So it is what it is. I got more videos coming today. I'll be doing Panthers news today. Film breakdown sometime this week. Film breakdown, of course, sometime this week. Y'all got to get on the Patreon. It's time to get on the Patreon, guys. If you want to get this film breakdown and see what the heck is going on, you got to join that Patreon. Patreon.com/UB Sports Talk. If you really want to figure out what's going on, you gotta get into Patreon, man. This is gonna be a deep dive on the film. I'll probably do a film breakdown this week on Derek Brown. It'll probably be Derek Brown and Brian Burns. But I'm fine. I'm not tripping. And what I'm seeing from the Saints, their offensive line look very shaky. Now their defense is gonna be tough, but we knew that. But their offensive line looks very shaky. Very shaky. Yeah, we definitely need some weapons to open things up. We didn't we didn't attempt a lot of passes in preseason. They kept it vanilla in preseason. It's gonna take some time. I told you guys. Think about last year. Like I said, think about last year. We had the Matt Rule and Baker Mayfield and Ben McAdoo offense coming out initially. Then Baker got benched, I guess. Rule got fired. We tried to retool the offense with P.J. Walker against the Rams. That didn't work. So we had to redefine ourselves again and just decide to just run the ball all the time. So we went through three different stages of our team's identity throughout the year before we found what was sustainable. Once we figured out that running the ball, not letting our quarterback, Sam, drop back a ton of times and make mistakes that cost us games, we found that formula and started leaning on that. This team has to figure out what they're good at, what they're going to hang their head on, what their identity is going to be. And with the rookie quarterback, it may take some time. Will we win games while we're finding that out? Potentially. Will we lose games during that journey? Potentially as well. So it's patience, guys. Like I said, act like we've been here before. Act like we've had a rookie quarterback before. Let's be for real, man. At worst, you've seen rookie Cam Newton if you've been here long enough. So let's act like we've been here before. That's all I'm saying. Patience with the quarterback. Now, your concerns are valid. Tackling can be better. Cornerback depth, depending on JC's length of injury, is concerning. Receiver separation is concerning, but we knew that coming in. This is not breaking. The stuff that happened wasn't breaking news. The thing that we thought was going to be an issue, the offensive line, wasn't an issue. But the stuff that went wrong, these are things that we kind of saw coming. I told you guys Detroit gave a preview of how teams are going to defend us. Playing man coverage, challenging it. Making somebody win one-on-one. You're going to see it all year. You're going to see it all year. So we got to figure something out. Somebody got to be able to shake loose. Is Chark coming back? Is he going to be able to do something? We'll see. But you're going to get a steady dose of this all year. So just be ready. Be ready for these type of defense. They have to figure out how to adjust. Figure out how to adjust. So I'm not down bad like we thought. Though, like I said, the things that we thought would be a problem, like pass rush was there when they did drop back. Pass pro was there. So those were surprises. We thought those were going to be issues based off of preseason. They ended up being some bright spots. I'm happy about that. Turnovers, you got to clean them up. You got to clean up the turnovers. And I think Bryce has the mental capacity to be able to get that done. But like I said, there's going to be a lot more of that type of defense. But if you calling him a bust, if you're saying we should have waited and drafted Drake May or Caleb, whoever, one, you're not being realistic because who's to say anybody would be willing to trade away the opportunity to get those guys? The only reason we were able to make that trade with the Bears is because they already had their quarterback who they thought, and Bryce Young was that top guy. So that was just a fortunate opportunity. Yeah, I mean, I don't know when the time is going to be if they switch play callers, but it's still early. Like I said, they have to figure out an identity. They got to figure out an identity. I was very, very happy, though. Like I said, D-line with Derek Brown and Brian Burns. Derek Brown was a monster. 8 tackles, a sack. Derek Brown was a monster. This is going against the highest paid guard in football. the highest paid guard in football. So it's better days will be ahead. They just got to figure something out with these receivers. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know if playing ISM, getting ISM got some speed. Getting DJ Chark back will help stretch the stretch. But I'll definitely be checking the tape. Definitely will be checking the all 22 tape. But we're going to be a running team that should be able to build off of that with play action. Like I said, I felt decent about us moving the ball until we hit a lull with some 3 and outs. After that second turnover, after the third turnover or second turnover, we kind of got stuck in the mud. We kind of got stuck in the mud after that because once it became an obvious drop back game and we were down, that's just not the type of team that we are right now. We don't have the horses at receiver to be a drop back team and come from behind. The game was definitely in reach outside of the picks. So we got some things to build on. Got some things to build on. This is part of the journey, guys. That's the main takeaway. Yeah, I don't know. People that saying Burns disappeared, they just hate Burns. They just hate Burns. Like, that's not even anything to discuss. My only thing, Frank, with the taking the points earlier, and I didn't check. Maybe I should check the. Maybe I should check the win probability. But I would have ran Bryce on the quarterback. I would have ran Bryce on the quarterback sneak. I don't care how small he is. Running Chuba Hubbard, that was not a good move to me personally. I don't mind him going for it there. But I just didn't like giving it to Chuba out of shotgun at that. Get under center. Offensive line was doing work in the run game. O-line was doing work in the run game. I would have said lined up and go on the center. Yeah, that's what it's going to have to be, man. It's going to have to be, if we want something to turn around this year, they're going to have to try to make a trade. Now, with what capital? That's the tough part. What is the price? That's the tough part. That's the tough part. Like I said, I personally, in hindsight, 3 points probably would have helped. But it is what it is. But let me get up off of here, man. I'm about to go watch this presser. Like I said, Panthers news today video probably coming later. The Panther Banter podcast will be returning with an episode tomorrow as well. I'm going to in-season mode where I'm not going to just be breaking down the game. I'm just going to be talking about certain conversations that's going on and just what I see. So Panther Banter podcast, y'all stay tuned for that. So we'll see. But I appreciate you guys checking in on this Monday morning. You guys let me know how you feel about these Monday lives. I may start doing them a little bit more frequently because I'm calm. I done slept on it a little bit. You know, things have kind of marinated, and I've taken the game in a little bit more. So it may be something I look into more. Maybe something I got to look at. I'll do more. But let me get up off here, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Follow me on Twitter. I'll be dropping some more nuggets on there as well. I'm out of here, man.